I struggled. If you're out there listening right now and you struggled, welcome. Get a ticket to the struggle bus. It is a rite of passage. I hope you just rise up with energy and fire in your veins and you go, you know what? I'm done. I'm like, I don't want to be that guy, that gal. I don't want to look stupid.
We know all real estate agents want to acquire clients consistently so that they can grow their business and income for that great lifestyle. This broadcast brings you the best and top people in the industry to support that quest. This is Dave Fanale, and I'm here to bring you the Real Estate Skill Builder broadcast, Real Estate Talk TGIF, brought to you by Real Estate Skill Builder and Align, your premier real estate solution. Hey everybody, and welcome back. Today is a really special day to have Brent Gove on, who is, without a doubt one of the leaders. But let me just go into, our brief intro of Brent. Brent, you're a name that carries weight long before you even say the words Brent Gove. Brent is one of the most recognized voices in modern real estate growth. What makes him different is not just what he built, is that he never stopped evolving while obtaining so many other plateaus after success. You built one of the largest organizations in this industry has ever seen, thousands of agents. I think you're at about 18,000 or so now? Right?
Actually, over 40,000. It's pretty cool.
40,000. I'm sorry, I had a wrong number there. It is very, very cool. And I know I'm in there somewhere. So I'm really excited about that. Some people build sales, some people build organizations, very few build belief. So consistently that later people still point to that person as the one that inspired them. And that's really what you've been able to do, man, in your entire career. Before we get started to start the conversation, I always ask the same question every time I do. By the way, this is episode 411, but we're also in our 406th week in a row. Okay, so we've done this 406 weeks. We have Chris Styles on Friday for 406 weeks in a row. So we're excited to have you as part of that again. But one of the things I ask everybody is really simple. What does TGIF stand for, Brent?
Thank God it's Friday. Probably something else here, right?
It is something just a little bit different. Thank God it's Fanale. Sorry, that's just how it is. We just here, rolling along. So Brent, as we get started here in our conversation today, for people, I don't know if they're living on a rock, if they don't know you, tell us about yourself, how you got started, and how you keep so excited in your daily life and what you do on a day-to-day basis.
Well, the assignment thing's easy. If you don't get excited about your life, ain't nobody else going to get excited about your life. You better get excited. I love this, David. Dave, Tony Robbins says this. There's 3 rules in life. Number 1, life isn't fair. Get over it. Number 2, you're entitled to nothing. Number 3, no one's coming to save you. You better buck up and figure it out, baby. And I don't know. I like that. I cut from the same cloth. But as far as me, born in 1966, Chula Vista, a fashionable town, just kidding. But it's a border town next to Tijuana, below San Diego. Grew up there, born in San Diego, grew up there 10 years. Moved in like 1975, 76 to Sacramento, California. I've been up here for 50 years. I'm now 60. I turned 60 last month. And basically, went to Chico State, dropped out of college, started making like triple what my college professors were making in sales. I'm like, they're like, what do you want to do the rest of your life? I'm like, nothing. I just want to golf and swim and houseboat and water ski. I don't want to work. And so, I was going to be a teacher, and I found out those sales gave me a lot of freedom. I could be self-employed, do what I want to do, make kind of income I wanted to make. So I got into sales. I turned into Zig Ziglar, Dennis Waitley, and Jim Rome in the 80s. Started washing dishes, listening to Zig Ziglar. The other dishwashers thought I was weird. Had my little Sony Walkman. But I got into personal development, got into sales, did very well, got into real estate at 30. It was 1996. Worked for Keller Williams for 12 years. Remax for 12 years. Loved it. Switched to Keller Williams, worked there for 10 years. Loved it. Went to Keller Williams about 9 years ago. Love it. Times 100. It was just amazing. And Remax was great. No disrespect. Keller Williams I worked at both places. Keller Williams was in a league of their own. It was not even close. You can't even compare the 2 brokerages. And if you're a Remax agent, I'm not putting you down. I was there for 12 years. I was the number 1 Remax agent in California in production. I had 10,000 Remax agents. There's no comparison. Is this a commercial for Keller Williams? No, I don't work there. But there's no comparison. Zero. To what Keller Williams has to offer a Remax. I feel sorry for you if you're at another brokerage. And then why'd you leave Keller Williams? Because No comparison times 100 TXP. It was, if you understand it, but people listen too much to what other agents say and their broker. So I dug deeper and found out the truth, and it set me free in a big way. And today run a 40,000 person sales organization. We did 93 billion last year in the worst market in 40 years in 33 countries. And life is real different.
So Brent, so you got into sales, you started doing that, and then you were talking about Remax to Keller Williams to EXP. Would you say that there's EXP, Keller Williams, and then there's what I like to call legacy brokerages? Or, I mean, I was a Century 21 broker for 21 years. So, I get the difference, right? More than I can ever even explain, right?
Yeah.
Like, for instance, I'm with Align now, as you see behind me, and number one team in units the last 2 years in a row.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And it's just so exciting to be with a bunch of people that just, are just so excited about helping each other first, right? And that's really, really, really cool. But that's one thing that you've excelled in, Brent, is being able to help people and getting people excited, even if they weren't excited. One of the things you do is you stay more on the simple side, more of the complex side before we get to the emotion. People think about that all the time, but they think more emotion when they're in this business, right? So real estate agents are more thinking about, well, I got to get this deal, or I got to do this, I got to do that. Are they thinking more or too much about themselves rather than the others? Is that how that works? Is that how you're able to build?
That's an interesting question. I mean, I think people do really well in real estate. A lot of them have a sports background. I was in sports. They're super competitive. I am super competitive, but you can be overly competitive in a negative way. I come from the Zig Ziglar, help enough people get what they want, you get what you want. I come from the John Maxwell School of Thought, just come into the room and add value. What can I give? Not what can I take? Not what's my ROI and my investment of money to be in this mastermind. I put 30 grand to be here. I have a mastermind I'm in right now with Tony Robbins and Dean Graziosi and Pace Morby, and John Maxwell and I sat together for 6 hours. He sat next to me and just hugging each other, me and John. I'm like, what am I doing in this room? $250,000 to sit in the room every year. I paid it last year. I paid $500,000 in 12 months just to be in the room with 25 people on the globe, and the thinking and what happens there. So the big thing is just loving, giving. But I think you could do all that, but not be focused. And so to me, I've always been goal oriented. I think I got that from Dennis Waitley. So big goals, putting in big effort, and then doing the right thing, loving people, serving people, and keep your word as your bond. You do what you say. If it costs you money, you do what you said you're going to do.
That's another word for that's integrity, the way I look at it, right? And that's really important to me as well. Do you think over time, with your sales background and growing your organization and everything that you do now, do you think you've actually figured it out?
No. No. I'm a simple guy, man. I'm very simple. Yeah, no, I don't have it all figured out.
So in all that, and people are always trying to figure stuff out, right? Whether they're having trouble in their business, or they're not having trouble, or they're scaling and doing really well. One of the things I see in a lot of agents, and I think mostly newer agents or stuck agents, is that one thing of fear, right? Do you think fear is still a killer in this business and self-sabotage, so to speak? Because look, I like to talk about things that we can help agents with, we can help our friends with, we can help everybody with. And that's why I asked this question. And I'm not getting into a lot of the other things that questions you might get asked, but I want to talk about this one subject because it's really prevalent in the country today in our business. 71% of agents really didn't do a deal a year or so ago. So what holds people back?
I think like listening to stuff like this and not taking notes. I was with Pace Morby and 25 other people, and I filled a book of notes. I took more notes than anyone on the road. Pace Morby took a picture of me, posted it, and said, nobody's taking more notes in this room than Brent Gove. And great ideas are like slippery fish. If you don't stab them with the end of your pen, they get away. And so people don't take enough notes. I just spoke in Folsom this morning to 50 of the elite top superstars. 25 people were taking notes. 25 people were sitting there listening. I guarantee the people taking notes were learning more. So I think that is critical, to be a note taker and then a doer, not just a hearer of the word. I think Jesus said that, but a doer of the word, man. Go out and make it happen.
You know what? When we take notes, the idea is to go back and study them and to take the ideas. Like you said, if you don't write the idea, you might lose it, right? So for you, Brent, I mean, just talk about those notes. What did you learn that you want to apply, or things you want to do or change in those notes? Because people would say, what does Brent need to go to these masterminds for? What does Brent need to do this for? Right. So it's enlightening to see that you still do that. Right. And so what's next when you start taking those notes, and what are you taking the notes for?
Okay, well, here's like my notes are super scribbly. Like look how scribbly I write. It is not even pretty, right? But if you notice, I circled the top and I circled at the bottom and I put some asterisks. So I said at the top, I wrote all the stuff as quick as I could, but then I go back through and read my notes and I circle and asterisk what I think is important. And then I take from there, I go to here and I write down key salient points or ideas to implement. So if you look at this, I went through all my notes and I write down all this stuff that was super meaningful to me. And it goes on to page 2, all that stuff, page 2. And then I take notes. And then the key is don't just review it. I take notes from my notes. I write down, okay, here are the key salient points. Here's the immediate things I'm taking action on by Friday, by next Friday, by the end of the month, by the end of the first quarter, by the end of the year. I dream and I back it up, man. Progress before perfection. And then the key thing is this, Dave, teach it. Teach what you learn. Go to lunch, get grouped together, teach what you learn. Nobody learns more if you teach. It just anchors it inside you and you get it going. So like the 2 things, well, I just lost my page, but it said, when you're going through hell, just don't stay there. I circled that. And then at the bottom, Tony Robbins was talking about being sad and energy flows where focus goes. Where focus goes, energy flows. Pretty soon you're feeling sad that you're sad because you're sad. In other words, you're feeling sad and you're thinking about feeling sad. So you're sad that you're thinking about feeling sad. It's like a sucking whirlpool down to anxiety and depression. And people go on medicine for this. And the truth is, I had claustrophobia once. I went to a psychologist. I'm like, I can't get on a plane. I feel like I want to open the door at 50,000 feet. I'm freaking out. He goes, yeah, that's a problem. And so he says, here's what you do. You're focusing on the fact that you're freaking out. It's giving you a panic attack and anxiety. And he goes, here's what you need to do. When you find yourself circling the drain, he used the drain, you're circling the drain, you're about to go. And I've never had a panic attack in my life till 2010. I thought people are weak. A panic attack. My mom had some of those, but what is that about? I don't panic. I'm a man. I'm a beast. I go beast. I panicked. I had this. It's like a chemical release. It's like I'm going to die. I'm like, what the hell is this? And you haven't had one. You don't know what I'm talking about. But what he taught me, if anyone listening, he taught me, stop thinking about it. So instead of thinking about the fact that you're starting to feel claustrophobic and I can't breathe and I can't breathe, and you think, I'm thinking about Europe. Now I'm thinking about the Leaning Tower of Pisa. Now I'm thinking about Italy. Now I'm thinking about golf tournament I saw in Italy. Now I'm thinking about new golf PGA club in Italy. Now I'm thinking about Rome. Now I'm thinking about the movie Gladiator. I'm thinking about Russell Crowe. And you skip away from the circling drain, and all of a sudden, and so you got to focus on your goals, your dreams, not the fear and the struggle and the pain. You focus on where you're going, not where you've been. That's why the windshield is big and the rearview mirror is small. Look forward, move. You're going to fight. You're going to struggle. You're going to screw it up. And if I could write a new book, and I'll give it back to you, it would be this: fail with velocity. People don't fail enough. That's why you struggle. You don't fail enough. Talk to more people. But I'm not good. I know that's how you get good. Talk to people. I talked to 3 people yesterday. My God, talk to 300. Let's go. Wake up. This is your life we're talking about, man. Go. Talk to 50. You're like a child. You're like a teenager working a 3-hour shift. You got bills to pay and groceries to buy for your children. Your car might get repossessed and you're living in a rental house and you're getting evicted. Go to work and improve. The more you fail in a short period of time, you get the pain over it. You become proficient. You become really good, but you don't fail enough. You never become good. Therefore, you struggle, and life is sucking sound and this meaninglessness, and you live this life of quiet desperation. And I just didn't do that. I was horrible. Then I was okay. Then I was pretty good. Then I was good. Then I was really good. Then I was expert level. It's because I failed more than anybody. So if you're listening, I tell my 8 children, the key to success is failure. Go do something. It's okay to fail. There's no shame. I want to win, but I'm cool with failing. Most people live a life of quiet desperation. They don't try enough things. So many people would love to do what you're doing, Dave, and they don't broadcast live. Well, I couldn't do that. No, try, go. Okay, back to you. My little rant.
No, that's fine, man. I mean, look, one of the reasons I started doing this broadcast 406 weeks ago was really simple. I saw some do a really bad job on it. And I said, wait a minute. Now I can show up, and I can show up every Friday. We do these on Fridays at 11 a.m. I can show up and I can do this. I mean, it's and the TGIF thing that just happened. I didn't even know why I did that, but that just happened. But
Love it.
But the thing, people know me by TGIF, right? And my whole goal in this, as I said at the beginning of this conversation, is I want to get things from my guest, Brent Gove, today that I can take back and teach and coach and help others with, because that's what I'm all about. I had a conversation with an old friend of mine today by the name of Travis, and we were talking about selfish and selfless, right? And it gets to the point where you have to start thinking about, are you being selfless? Are you being selfish? And is being selfish okay to the point when you're selfless? Well, that's a lot of words. So when you keep giving to people and then you keep doing it and doing it and doing it, and sometimes you think, well, why am I doing it? I'm not getting paid for it, but I want to help a lot of people. This broadcast, I don't get paid for this. I do this because I enjoy doing it and want to help people. Is it enough? Is it what I should be doing? Is it what people should be doing? Is giving back the right thing to do? And is that motivational at all?
Yeah, no, giving back is always the right thing to do. It's better to give than to receive. Receiving, okay, wow, it's great. They got this gift, great. But when you can help somebody, when you see the twinkle, the light bulb pop on, the hope into their body, they're like, that is so fulfilling. Life is about fulfillment, about loving and serving others. And we just had Easter Sunday, and if you're a Christian, you believe in what happened there. Christ came to serve, not to be served. And so that model is a beautiful model to lay your life down for another.
So one of the things I always like to do is to see where people start. We asked you about your history and you gave me a little bit of that. Did you see something in the beginning when you started in sales and real estate that others didn't? Did you see something different?
No. Not at all. A buddy of mine goes, hey, you should get your real estate license. I just gone bankrupt. I was 29. I'm like, really? And he goes, yeah, you'd be great. You're personable. You're outgoing. You're motivated. You'd be great. And I sold 3 homes my first 6 months, Dave. I struggled. If you're out there listening right now and you struggled, welcome. Get a ticket to the struggle bus. It is a rite of passage. This guy, Michael Jordan, got cut from his high school's team. Tom Brady was the last guy picked in the NFL draft. I mean, people underestimate people. I hope you're being underestimated. I hope you just rise up with energy and fire in your veins and you go, you know what? I'm done. I'm like, I don't want to be that guy, that gal. I don't want to look stupid. Oh, you're a narcissist. You're so worried about how you look. You're a narcissist. Who cares? You're already a goofball. I'm a goofball, whatever. Just be a loving, kind goofball. Go love somebody. Passion is infectious. I'm like this at a freaking open house. People are like, I don't know, but yeah, you could be our agent. You're going to fight for me on listing. I guarantee you, nobody will fight harder for this listing than me. It's like, well, we do this, we do this, we do this. Boring. You sound like all the other agents.
Yeah, I don't think a presentation or talking to sellers or buyers is about what we do. It's about who you are. It's about your conversation. It's about listening. Let me get corny. You listen more than you talk, that kind of thing. But
not corny. It's real advice.
Right. And it's just so important. And, we talk about repeating and improving and all this other stuff, which is great stuff. It's just, the problem I see a lot is people get in this business and they forget who they are, right? They forget who they are and they start reading shit like, I'm taking a survey of all the for sale by owners in the area, and great script, don't get me wrong, but I'm saying you're not talking like Dave, like Brent. When you see that word salesperson, something changes. How does that always happen, Brent?
I don't know if I understood the question. By the way, my daughter just came in. Give me this cute little dog. She just brought her dog over here. What was the question again?
So basically, people are looking at at talking in scripts and talking in dialogue and all this other stuff. They forget to sound like themselves, right? What is what is the secret to not doing that? How do you remember it?
You know what? I think you don't know what to say. Your broker gives you a script, Dave gives you a script, and you do it like, it feels funny. Well, come golfing with me. It looks easy, and all of a sudden you'll be screaming 4 all day long as you slice, duck, hook, and it'll be dangerous around you because you'll be shooting the ball over the course. It's a rite of passage. There's no way. In other words, what I'm saying is be willing to say the script and sound stupid. Pretty soon you'll get better and better and better. And so it's like snow skiing. I'll never forget, Dave, and I'll give it back to you. The first time I went snow skiing, I'm right up those ski lift. I'm like, what? It's back, we had skis, not snowboards. And you watch people like, oh, that's going to be me. That's going to be me. Then you get off the chairlift and you start skiing forward. You're like, oh my God. I mean, I can barely even stand up on the skis, let alone do that.
That's me every year. That's me every year. Yeah.
Yes. But how does a skier become great? They start there, then they start doing the snow plow, then they do the side step. Also, then they get a snowboard, then they're going down off 30-foot cornices. But you got to fall. You got to fall to be famous. You got to struggle to be strong. It's what builds muscle resistance. It's okay that you're struggling. And so it's going to be corny. It's not going to feel like you. And then you'll find how to make it you, but do it not 3 or 4 or 5 times a day. Do it 30 or 40 times a day. Seneca said this 3,000 years ago. Seneca, the famous, I think, Greek philosopher, Roman, whoever he was, Seneca, he said, things are not difficult. It is not because things are difficult that you do not try. It's because you do not try that things are difficult. I love that quote. He saw it thousands of years ago. Right, Dave?
Hell yeah.
But here's the deal, Dave. People go, but I'm trying. I talk to people all the time. Really? How many people did you talk to yesterday? 3. How about the day before? 7. How about the day before? 12. How about the day before? 2. How about the day before? I did. How about the day before? 15. How about the day before? 4. No. Up it. This is your life we're talking about. This is your kids we're talking about. This is your family we're talking about. Start talking to 20, 30, 40 a day in the morning. Get it done. Well, I don't feel like it. I don't really care how you feel. You sound like a teenager. I don't feel like mowing the lawn. I don't feel like cleaning my room. Grow up, clean your room, mow the lawn, get the coffee cups out of your car, you clean the garage, do the dishes. It's cold, growing up, and I'm guilty too. I'm talking to me, but I learned to suck it up, and then you power through and it becomes easy. And if you build it hard, it is easy, Dave. And if you go easy, it's the hardest thing you ever done in my life. The reason you struggle is you're going easy.
Are we distracted more today than we were 20 years ago? Is it more distraction? Is that one of the things that we have more excuses?
On your phone, watching guys like us. No, but we're good. But, when you're watching, and I like watching UFC fighting. I like watching updates on what's happening with the Iran war. I like to know what's happening in the world. I like to watch golf highlights and watch golf. I get it. But when it's time to work like your life depends on it, because it does. And when it's time to relax, and if you like to watch a little UFC fighting or duck hunting, or whatever it is you do, fishing, bass boat fishing, NASCAR, do your thing, but don't mix the two. When it's time to work, baby, work. And when it's time to be off. And by the way, I talked to a guy yesterday. I'm talking from the hospital. He's 38. His eyes were flickering. He thought he was having a heart attack. They said, you're having a massive anxiety attack. I said, how many days of work do you work? He goes, 7. I go, how many hours days of work? He goes, 18. Are you married? He goes, yeah. I go, tell me you don't have kids. He goes, I don't have kids. So I go, yeah. So you think your wife's fine with that? He goes, yeah. I go, your wife ain't fine with that. She don't care anymore. I go, have boundaries. And if you can't get it done in 40 or 50 hours a week, you're probably doing something wrong. And if there's a period where you can't pay your bills, go work 18 hours a day for 6, 7 days a week for 2, 3, 4 weeks. So you can fix the financial situation, but don't live your life that way. A friend of mine got diagnosed with cancer at 63, and he goes, oh, I'm so full of remorse. Why? He goes, I missed my life. I've been working 60, 70, 80 hours a week for 45 years. I missed my kids. I missed my marriage. I missed my life, and now I'm going to die. Stage 4 cancer. And I'm like, wow, that was scary. So, man, put real estate in a box. It owns you, or you own real estate. Have a date night with your husband, your wife. Have a date with dad, date with mom. Show up, leave your stupid phone, watch this. Throw it in the car. Get off the little beast. I'm with my kids. No, you're on your phone. You're on your phone. You're taking calls. Leave the phone home. Go be present with your family. I golf every Friday for 25 years. I don't care about the $10 million. So you have money. No, I did it when I didn't have money. We have date night. Well, so you have money. No, I did date night at Taco Bell with 99-cent tacos, and we ate in the parking lot by the curb, but we did it. So you gotta God first, then your family, then your fitness, then your finances, then your finances is the business, and then fun. You got to have a priority strike. That's mine. It can be yours. But back to you.
No, that's great stuff. A lot of people today want to No, screw that. I still have something I didn't like. Look, over your time, what have you changed in your mind, or have you changed your mindset over the years when you got started to today? And what have you done differently over the past few years? Is there anything?
I think I'm still pounding away, still doing what I do. I changed my work hours. I started working Monday through Thursday only. And then I started done by one. It's a saying we have in my house, done by one, which means we live in Puerto Rico now. We live on an island on the beach and overlooking St. Thomas and St. Mark's. It's incredible. The rainforest behind us, it's amazing. But we're done by one, which means we're done golfing, swimming, playing, walking the beach, going to the gym, running to Home Depot to get something for the place, having breakfast with friends, reading our Bibles, praying, dreaming together, running errands, done by one. And we goof off till 1 o'clock every day. I don't work till 1. Now, 1 o'clock out there in the fall, we're 4 hours. I'm from California, so it's 9 a.m. in California. So I start work at 1 there, which is 9 a.m. in California, and then I work till 6. So I was working 5 hours a day, 1 to 6, Monday through Thursday. But recently I said, you know what? I'm going to work Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and I'm not working Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. I'm taking 4 days a week. And so there's another change I made. And I'm very involved in many philanthropic things, but I love what I do because it's changing lives. I will retire. The people are talking about me retiring. And I want to confirm on here, this is absolutely going to happen in about 25 to 30 years. I'm going to retire. I love what I do. If I was doing coal or welding ships or something, or, shoveling rocks, I'd retire. But I love this. So back to you.
So no, before I forget, I want to just give you an open invitation when you're in New Jersey. I will take you play golf at Ballyowen, which is the #1 public course in New Jersey, one of the top 100 in the country. It's just a great links course. You've been up there, Crystal Springs, before. You did an event there, I think, last year. Anyway, I digress.
By the way, no, this is important. Golf's important. What's the best golf course in the world? Which one? What do you think?
The one you get to play.
No, that's a good answer. But what do you think? You got a guess? Kapalua, Pebble Beach, St. Andrews?
I don't know.
Right here. It's Wolf Creek, baby. Best golf course in the world for you golfers out there. Wolf Creek is I've been all over the world, played all over the world. Wolf Creek is it's in Mesquite, Nevada. And it's like the Badlands, the cactus implodes on itself. And you go down into a pit like Death Valley, and the most beautiful, amazing golf course with green fairways and waterfalls and palm trees and white. It's unbelievable. It's like, how does this exist here in Death Valley? It's the most stark. Enough said. But little Wolf Creek, an hour and 20 minutes outside of Las Vegas, Mesquite, Nevada, Wolf Creek, little commercial. I don't own the company. Tiger Woods even went out there. It was so awesome. It's amazing. Enough said.
Yeah, I played Badlands out there. So a long time ago. So yeah, that was amazing. It was March, and I think it was 40 degrees with winds when we were there in the desert. Anyway, I digress. All right, man. So tell me about, you were talking before about attitude and stuff. And I know, being involved with Tony Robbins, one of the things that he says all the time is you can change your attitude like that. Right? How do you get someone that says, well, I made a few calls today. I didn't make a few calls yesterday. I talked about fear earlier. Is there a thing aside from the motivation that you just talked about? Is there something that you can say to them? Is there something that they can do aside from looking at what's important to them that they need to do to change their freaking habits?
Absolutely. So the Tony Robbins says the #1 most transformative thing you could do in your life is proximity. Obviously, you're in some horrible proximity. You're around people that are not building you up. They're tearing you down. They're not speaking life in you. They're speaking death in you. You may even be that kind of a person. So you got to pull yourself out of that. You may need to move 20 miles, 50 miles, 100 miles. You may need to change states. You are not a tree. You're not stuck. Your life is a movie. You're the director. You don't like your life? Does your life suck? Rewrite the script, write out some bad actors, maybe do a site location, move. I lived in Chico, small college town, and just wasn't a lot going on. And people were excited to make $15 an hour. Like that was good. $18 an hour, 20 an hour, you're rich. And I literally went bankrupt there, moved to Sacramento. And within 4 years, I was making $19.99. I was making $393,000 a year. Back then, that's a lot of money now. Back then, I don't even know what I'm doing. So I would say get around people that you respect, #1, in the area of faith. Now, if you're agnostic or atheist, throw that one out the window. But by the way, to have faith to be an atheist. I promise you, just like we do to believe in God, you have to have faith. There is no God. It's a faith thing. But so by the way, you have faith, even if you're an atheist. But get around people you're aligned with faith. Get around people you're aligned with politically. Get around people you align with business. They think they're like you admire their character, and they're successful. Like if you want to make it in the crown molding business, go to work for the #1 crown molding person in your state. But if that person is a real horrible person, then don't, And so you got to find the person who's super successful, go to work for them for free. Watch, observe, learn. It doesn't solar, financial planning, real estate, whatever. Go work for a luxury superstar, commercial superstar. Like not, oh, they're pretty good. No, the best. Like freaking move to North Carolina, move to Miami, move to Phoenix, move, do something, change your practice, or join masterminds. And what are you listening to? What are you watching? What are you flooding yourself with? And so that's what I think would really move the needle in your life.
So when it comes to the real estate business, right? Is there something that you've seen recently that's changed in our business that excites you? What excites you today about real estate rather than, what Brent Gove is all about? Is there something out there that you want to help agents do with the business of real estate?
Yeah. Yeah. I think the one person, the most prolific person to hit real estate in the past 100 years is not Trump. It's not Warren Buffett. It's not Glenn Sanford or Brent Gove. It's not Dave Fanale. There's one person that has changed real estate for the world. The most prolific person that will change if you're watching right now, will change your life. I don't care if you're 17 years, 18 years old and broke, or you're 80 years old and broke, or where you're successful. This person is a game changer for every single person that will pay attention. His name is Pace Morby. I will tell you that. And watch him on YouTube. Check out his stuff. If you will study him and you got some chutzpah and you're willing to try, you don't need money. You don't need experience. You could be 18 years old, but I'm telling you right now, if you're 18, within 2 years, you could own $10 million worth of assets. Nobody down. And seller financing, I mean, you would. RV parks, you could own buildings, and he will show you how to do it. He owns $1 billion worth of property. He has 900 employees. He gave me an idea. I picked up a place with pretty much no money down for 1.1 million, 5-acre, 5,000 square foot home, Northern California, on the wine trail. Let you break your special. No, my daughter found it in the MLS, Dave, under seller financing. So he goes, yeah, I own it outright. And you buy buildings and wineries from people who own it outright. And I'll tell you what, it's worth 1.9. It went up $800,000 in 6 months. And Pace barely told me what he did. And I have a $1.9 million asset. No bank, no appraisal, no problem. I'm on title. It's real. Study Pace Morby for wealth, for not just selling stuff. There you go. You asked. That's my long answer.
Yeah, that's great, because investing is where you actually can grow a lot. I mean, you can look. Let's face it. You know this as well as I do. You can grow your real estate business by working harder. You can grow your real estate business by working longer hours. You can grow your real estate business by committing to leverage and having help do it. And you can grow it by check equity, sweat equity, check equity, et cetera, et cetera. But when you invest, you're able to, really, really know what's doing. I have someone that's close to me that told me that, geez, I'm paying so much in taxes. And I said to him, well, you've got to stop doing that. What do you mean? I said, well, you've got to get some tax shelters. You got to invest in real estate. He says, Dave, I have a house and kids. How am I supposed to do that? You'll get there. We'll get there. But do you
know much about Pace Morby, Dave?
I do know about Pace Morby.
Good. I'm doing an event with him at his office June 6th in Scottsdale. He's normally in Montana. He's going to fly down on the 5th. He's bringing his entire staff in all day on Saturday. There'll be about 150 of us. His office will hold it. It's amazing, all day from like 10 to 4. You can come, and if anybody else out there watching has my cell phone number, text me. I'll send you an invite. It's $3,000 to come for the day. I'll let you guys come for free. It's a fundraiser for Sell a Home, Save a Child. They rescue 30,000 children worldwide. Pace is donating his time. I'm donating my time. You guys can come, and I hope if you do go to the event, you'll donate $100, $500, $1,000. Maybe you go, hey, this is a great cause. I want to donate $200 a month every month. And we've raised. We're almost in the last 6-7 years. We've raised almost $2 million for this, and they go into Nicaragua, Honduras. They go into Mexico. They go to places where the money goes a long way. They save 30,000 kids a year. It's amazing.
Wow.
So that's
When is
but
that?
June 6th, text me, Dave. I'll send you
I
the
will.
invite, and it won't cost you anything, and you don't have to donate. But it is a fundraiser for Sell Home Save Child. But he's going to tell you how to do seller financing, the Silver Tsunami. 30% of all commercial and residential zone cash out rate. They can finance you. You don't need money to invest. Everyone thinks I need money. Don't need money. Go ahead, Dave. Enough said.
So, okay. So I want to respect your time. And we've talked about a lot of things. We've jumped around a lot. And we basically talked about the same thing in motivation and building things. And one of the things that you've been able to do over the past number of years is you hold events. You have these huge events. You have Pace Morby was at your last event, I believe, right?
Yeah.
As well as
Robbins, yeah.
Tony Robbins is. So what's the motivation behind doing the events? And you're doing smaller ones too, like you just mentioned, right? So what works for the people that come to your events? If you were to say, talk to the people in the audience and not you being on the stage, why are they coming to your event?
Well, it's not just my events. I mean, you should go to events. I went to Brian Buffini events. I went to Joe Stump. I went to Howard Brinton Star Power. He passed away, but Star Power, a lot of people remember that. I went to NREP, ARIA, WCR. I would go to top producer panels. I go to events so I can build me. I invest in me so I can go do things I've never done before. New thoughts, new ideas, new implementations, new results. Same old thoughts, same old ideas, same old implementations, same old predictable results. You want to do things different, you got to do things different. Go to events. It's not that my events are the end all be all, but I've been told, I had a woman tackle me in Cabo. She's been in real estate for 28 years. This is by far the best real estate event I've ever been to in my life. I hear that all the time. So next year we're going to be in Scottsdale, by the way. We're not going to Cabo with the whole narco cartel craziness. It's the first time in 6 or 7 years we won't be going back to Cabo. We're going to take a break next year. I am booked at the Hyatt Ziva in Cabo 2 years from now, but we are taking next year off just to kind of let things simmer down with the whole cartel action, which I think is already calming down. But people should come. It's in April next year. BrentGove.com. The information's there.
Well, I'm excited about joining that next year. So one last question before we finish. I want to respect your time, as I said. So there's agents out there that want to grow their business. And look, in some parts of the country, especially where I am in New Jersey, it's a really, really competitive, aggressive, and tight market. Okay. There's people out there making calls that never made calls before. Right. And if you're not listening more than you're talking, the people you're talking to are going to get upset with you. So when we talk about tight markets, what would you say to a real estate agent that wants to grow their business now in these tough times?
Yeah. If I were, let's take EXP away, take my income away, and I got my license today, what I would do in any city, in any state, what I would do if I parachuted and I had to start from scratch, I had no way to support myself or my family, I would get 30 open house signs and spend $600-700 on some open house signs. They would say free list of area homes. They wouldn't say Coldwell Banker. They wouldn't say EXP. They wouldn't say Compass. They would just say open house, that away. And then big writing, free list of area homes. And I would have a list of probably 15, 20 homes that are all vacant in the area. And I would hand out the vacant home list. I call it the desperate home seller list. Can't get it from Zillow, can't get it from Redfin. I'm the only guy in Tucson. I'm the only guy in New Jersey. I'm the only guy in Boston that provides this. In San Francisco, in West Palm Beach. You could buy a home, but you want to buy a beautiful home from a desperate seller who will negotiate with you. And then I share a story. Facts tell, stories sell. I just sold a home. It was in El Dorado Hills, which in Sacramento is a very wonderful area. It was a 5-bedroom, 4-bath, 3,500 square foot home for $285,000. Now, this was years ago. I told that story for 2 or 3 years, and I did sell that home. And like, are you serious? I go, yes. And I get people great deals. And that was the best deal I ever did. But be like, oh, yes, I want you to. Facts tell, stories sell. Well, I don't have a story like that. We'll ask people who has a great story. My partner just sold a home like this. It was a vacant home because the seller was desperate, and I got one. And so you get the idea. So that's what I would do. I would do 30 open houses in 30 days. Everybody who does this sells like 7 homes that month. I think the worst thing one's ever done was like 3 homes. But again, It's action, it's motion. It is not magic, it's motion. Get out there and don't go from 10 to 5. Go work. Children go from 1 to 4. That's a Taco Bell shift. Go work from 10 to 5 for 30 straight days. Put yourself on the path of progress. Put out 30 signs. Put out 30 signs. Well, they don't allow that here. We'll go somewhere where they allow it. Put out 30 signs. Have the vacant home list. They can't. Well, we already have. We need from Redfin and Zillow. They don't publish the vacant home list. They don't have access to that. I do. And I publish this every Friday. Do you want it? This is the desperate home seller list. Nobody promotes the desperate home seller list. And be passionate and go, I can help you. They're like, done. So, and they respond to me. And I picked up, I think one day I had 37 people give me their social security numbers. I don't know what you guys do at open houses. I collect social security numbers because what I say is so freaking amazing. You don't need any money. I'm going to get you a gorgeous 4,000 square foot home with a pool and a view and palm trees. You don't need any money. Fill up my little 5x7 thing and authorization run credit. But they like fill it out as quick as they can. Fill it out as quick as they can. And that's in one day. I met them all, shook their hands. And that's how I set goals to sell 30 homes in 30 days. No team. No assistant, just me, 30 homes, 30 days. But the year, stop thinking a year. You're not hanging around the right people. Hanging around people sell 2,800 homes a year, 1,800. They think different. I know I'm thinking. You should sell 30 homes. You know why you won't sell 30 homes in the next 30 days? I'll tell you why. It's not even a goal. You're not even thinking about it. If you're not even thinking about washing your car and cleaning the garage and cleaning it, it ain't going to happen. Set a goal to sell 30 homes in the next 30 days. Do it. Like, that's crazy. It's ludicrous. I know it's got a big, hairy, audacious goal. It's audacious. It's hairy. It's insane. It's wrong. But the goal will beg a question. How would I do it? And when I did it, I answered my question. I have to show property every day. If I'm going to sell homes every day, I have to show. I went from I'd like to I have to. And when I had to, baby, I was showing property every single day. I started writing offers left and right, left and right. I didn't sell 30 homes in 30 days. I totally failed. Only sold a home every other day for a straight month. I sold 14 homes in 30 days. It's the first time I made $180,000 in a month because I quit thinking, I'm going to sell 2, 3, 4 homes a month, 2, 3, 4 homes a month. That's the normal thinking. Get away from those people. Get around people who think something great. And then selling 6, 7, 8 homes a month was like a cakewalk because compared to 30. And then it teaches you new things. So I don't know if that was helpful, but be a little crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Go for it, man. Do the Acapulco high dive in the deep end, and you'll only improve.
You do it in the deep end, not in the shallow end. That probably would be a problem.
Yeah.
So one other thing, man. So you've built an organization of over 40,000. Someone gets started, they join whatever company. Let's just use. I happen to know these people at EXP. Say they join this company and they want to grow that passive income, that downline, as you have. As many others have. Where do they start, Brent? Where do they go? Is it about explaining what the company's all about, or is it about your motivation and who you're talking to?
I mean, if someone like today, I was talking to a woman from Nest Seekers, very successful company, and she's like, I'm just ready for something new. I've been there 12 years. I'm ready for a new beginning. I just feel like I'm plateaued. And I felt the same way at RE/MAX. I went to Keller Williams. I felt the same way at Keller Williams, but I saw the opportunity to be XP. So I said, watch this. And I almost said her name because people know her. She's pretty famous, actually. And but she's watching right now as we speak something called themodelexplained.com. Themodelexplained.com. Just click it, watch it, and it was like I watched it. It blew my mind. Like some people believe the Earth is flat. I swear they believe in a flat Earth, and we all know the Earth is round. But some people really they don't believe that. They don't believe we ever went to the moon. They think it's all fake. They're a flat Earth people, and so. When I saw the modelexplained.com, I was blown away. I knew I was at the greatest company on the planet, Keller Williams. I knew there was nobody even close. I'd been in independent companies. I've been at RE/MAX. I checked out Cell State. I checked out HomeSmart. I checked out Intero. I checked out Berkshire. I checked out Sotheby's. And I'm like, and I was at Keller and I saw what they had. There was this, I knew that I was at the best company in the world. And all of a sudden I watched the modelexplained.com. And of course, RE/MAX told me Keller was terrible. It was 100 times better than RE/MAX. Keller told me EXP was terrible. It was 1,000 times better than Keller. You got to quit listening to other people. Watch the modelexplained.com and get back to your best friend at EXP because you'll be shocked. It's the only company with the actual viable retirement plan and equity buildup. You know, I left RE/MAX with nothing because I didn't own RE/MAX. I left Keller Williams with nothing because I didn't own Keller Williams. And if I left EXP today, if something happened today, my family would be paid millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars this year and next year and in perpetuity. It's like willable. So watch themodelexplain.com. That's what I would recommend. I don't know if I answered your question, but that's what I would recommend.
You absolutely answered my question, sir. And I want to thank you so much for coming on today. Friday, which is 406 weeks in a row, we have Chris Stiles coming on, which is the Oz Group sales leader here, another Jersey boy coming on. And we're going to talk about sales leadership, et cetera, and moving forward with positioning of the salespeople. But that being said, my friend, I want to thank you so much for being on. Two things and then we're done. One is a question. How do I help you grow your business?
Oh man, just keep loving and serving people. I mean, I don't know the answer to the question other than keep being Zig Ziglar, John Maxwell, Tony Robbins, keep being bigger than life, be Dave Fanale, be who you are. And we all help each other. You know, winners win and takers take. And you, my friend, are a winner. So keep giving, keep loving, keep sowing seeds of kindness and busting your bottom and being who you are, Dave.
Thank you so much. And of course, there's the hat. So
yeah,
the hat. And we've got lots of great
I want
stuff.
one of those hats, Dave. Come on. I want a hat.
It's coming, man. Thank you so much for being on today. You made my day special for this special episode. Thank you so much.
Hey, I'll send you one of these, Dave. I'll send you one of these. Trade hats, EXP, baby.
There you go. Love it. Just stay on as we go out. Everybody, thank you so much. We'll see you on Friday with Chris Stiles.